Hello and welcome to ASMR with ChatGPT. Today we're going to have ChatGPT tell us a story. Previously I was saying bedtime stories, and the stories ended up being quite short. So I'm not going to use the word bedtime this time. I'm just going to say romance novel story. And I also gave it some additional details, like I would like for it to talk about the ocean as well as mermaids. So, again, I have no idea how long this story will be. We're gonna find out. I'm really curious to see if this turns out like The Little Mermaid or something else, but we shall see. So settle in, get your earplugs or whatever you need to feel comfortable, and hopefully you'll be able to relax. Alright, and ChatGPT is still writing the story, so we will begin. Once upon a time, in a world far beneath the waves, there lived a community of mermaids. Their lives were filled with adventure, magic, and love. In particular, there was one mermaid named Coral, who had always been fascinated by the world above the water. She had heard stories from the dolphins and the whales about ships, sailors, and life on land, and her curiosity grew with each tale. One day while Coral was swimming along the coast, she noticed a shipwreck. As she swam closer, she saw a human man lying unconscious on a piece of driftwood. His name was Alexander, and he was a sailor who had been lost at sea. Coral knew that it was forbidden for mermaids to interact with humans, but she couldn't resist the urge to help him. With the help of her friends, Coral brought Alexander to a nearby island and nursed him back to health. As they spent more time together, Coral and Alexander began to fall in love. Their love was forbidden, as mermaids and humans were not allowed to be together. But they couldn't resist their feelings for each other. As they explored the island together, they discovered a cave filled with treasure. Alexander knew that the treasure could help him return home, but he didn't want to leave Coral behind. Instead, he promised to return and take her away with him. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but Alexander never came back. Coral grew increasingly worried and started to lose hope. One day, she saw a ship in the distance and recognized it as Alexander's. She swam towards the ship, but as she got closer, she realized that it wasn't Alexander on board. It was a group of It was a group of humans. Armed with weapons. Coral knew that she had to protect her home and her community. So she rallied the other mermaids to defend her territory. The battle was fierce, but Coral and her friends were able to drive the humans away. As the dust settled, Coral realized that her love for Alexander had been fleeting and that her true home was beneath the waves. Years went by, and Coral grew to become a wise and respected leader of her community. She never forgot Alexander, but she knew that her destiny lay in the ocean. And so she continued to swim through the depths, exploring new wonders and sharing her love with the creatures of the sea. Well, that had quite the surprise ending that I was not expecting. But an interesting story nonetheless. So my apologies for the giggles in the middle. It was just a lot. Anyway, I hope that that was somewhat relaxing and that you are able to go to sleep and that you sleep well and have a great night. I'm Kate, and I'll see you later. Thanks.